just arrived at Acute Innovation here for the interview. Interviewing the entire camera crew is here. Hello there. Welcome to the Motivational Drive Show, where we bring you great businessmen and women, community leaders that are making great impact. With me today, I'll be profiling my brother Kabelo Mandli, who is the founding director in Acute Innovation, a great town planner by profession, architect by profession. Acute Innovation is an architectural company and town planning services which just also ventured into construction, building beautiful homes for clients. If you want your dream home, definitely Acute Innovation is the people to consider. Why am I doing this video? Unfortunately, due to some technicalities, we couldn't be able to upload certain parts of the entire interview. So I just want to apologize that certain parts of this interview are missing. However, we saw it fit that the parts that we could access, we should give them to you. So we'll be giving you 22 minutes of this great power-filled, knowledge-filled interview. Do enjoy.
Sacrifice, and you need to have a vision of what you're doing, and you need to have a very clear vision. And you need to always revisit your vision and get back onto that lane and feed that vision. Because remember, when you have a vision, that also directs how you behave and what you do, even in society. So you can't say now you want to run a biggest firm, but your behavior says something else when you're out there. So yes. It's things that you learn as you go. When you start a company, it's very simple to say no. My personal life and my business life are separate, but what you must know is that those two are aligned. What people see in your personal life is what they see in business, so you must always try and align that. And also, I think you must know clearly what you want to do. For one, you must try not to get your hands in too many things.
Yes. That's actually one of the principles that I'm focused on right now. Matthew 6:22, which says, when the eye is single-minded, the whole body is full of light.
Yeah.
So many times we want to keep our eyes 20% here, 20% here, 20%.
Yeah, no. Personally, I'd speak from a personal point of view, where even ourselves, me and my partner, as we were growing in business, there's a lot of things that we tapped into, and we always came back and said, no, remember, this is our craft. It's not something which I'm telling you that I've read, but personally I've also experienced it. I've seen that you get to a point where now you cannot break yourself into four.
That's very true, and so many times you want to do everything. And I was actually telling one of the gentlemen, asking what do you do and what else do you do. I kept on keeping it a secret, because the moment people know you for when someone needs someone to build a house, you're not in mind, because they know you got tap. But if everyone knows Kabi and I would like beautiful houses, like when I went through your wall, I was so inspired. I was like, my first house definitely will be built by this gentleman. I mean, those beautiful homes that you built right there. And then my next question would be, how do you feel in your heart, right? After you're done with the whole house and you're handing the keys to the owner and you see the smile, what do you take me through that emotion that happened inside of you?
Look, my guy, as I said, in terms of the construction business, we recently tapped into that, and we had a vision to say we want to now see what the kind of designs that we do as Acute Innovation. We want to see them built, and there's a certain way that we want them to be built, because we've realized that a lot of things, a lot of our plans, what is on paper, it's not always what's on site. Okay. So we wanted the same vision that we had on paper to be on site. So we've done a couple of houses, and for the houses that we've done, we're very proud of ourselves to say, even people, when they pass that house, someone will take a picture and say, I know this is Acute. Wow. I know this is Acute Innovation. So it means that we are distinguished from the rest, and that's what we wanted. So basically, in terms of saying handing over keys and everything, we still to get it, because remember, I'm saying the market, we recently tapped into this market.
Oh wow! So now your focus is mainly on the drawing, or the town planning of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's say I'm saying our main business is tar plating in architecture, and we've built a couple of houses, but it was been renovations, and we recently being built. We have 3 big projects that we're doing now, which are big houses, which I believe it's something that's going to set us at a different level in terms of the construction space in Polokwane.
Yeah. Wow. Now I like that. And on your Instagram, I saw at one of your projects you had about 15 gentlemen that were in overall.
Yeah.
And there's the Acute logo. I was like, wow, that's so inspiring. Being able to create employment. I mean, coming to your office, I saw 1, 2, 3 employees, but I'm sure they're not all of them because I know one of your employees that's not there. How many employees do you have currently at the office?
In the office, we've got 4 currently.
And then on site?
On site, remember, it's labor.
So it's so many projects.
Yeah.
So what's the fulfillment in terms of being able, in such an economy that there is no employment? What's the fulfillment of knowing that, you know what, at least I'm contributing towards economic growth and not amongst those that are saying government should give us jobs? What's the fulfillment, and also what would you say to those that are on the other side that are always saying, you know what, government give us this, government do this for us?
Look, Maga, you need to understand when you're building a company, there's a difference when you're running a company and when you're building a company. So for us, creating employment is also a matter of capacity because you can't do everything yourself.
Yes.
And you need to sacrifice. For us to have so many employees is because we want to see, there's a lot of things me and my partner that we're sacrificing now to say, the money that we are paying these employees, we could be doing something else.
Yes.
I could easily say, no, I could be driving a lavish car, for example.
Yes. Yes.
But for us, it's all about building this brand and having the enough capacity. So, look, it's all about creating employment and also creating capacity within the company. So it's a give and take. So we need these people. It's not that we're doing charity and saying no.
Yeah.
We need them, and that's why we need also for them to perform. If they're not performing, that's another problem. So contributing into the economy, it's an amazing feeling, but it's a scary feeling at the same time because you need to understand that every month these people need to get paid. And these people are looking at you. People have commitments, rent commitments, they made contracts or whatever out there because of what you promised them month end. So whatever you do within the company, you must make sure that people are paid at the end of the month. So it's scary, but it keeps you on your toes.
Between you and your employees, who works the most?
I can say all of us. All of us, believe me, because there's delegation, and now you remember as a director you need to delegate and also run the company.
Because most of the things that part of the things that this show aims is just true. All the speakers and all the people that I interview are handpicked by myself because I choose people that I see that are building brands. Because most people are turning entrepreneurship into, like, when you're hungry, just go out and start a business and jiggy you driving a lavish car. So they don't know the back scenes, behind the scenes of an entrepreneur, that, you know what, this thing that you see on social media that an entrepreneur wakes up at 10 and, you know, Dubai, it's all about, it's not there. The truth of the matter is, if I can check your schedule, how many hours do you work per day?
Look, you know, you can work close to, I remember there are times where I spent 12 hours on the road. And even when you're supposed to be resting, when you're not resting, because your mind is always working. And that's why I would say it's important also for us as entrepreneurs to have a balanced lifestyle. If you have a gym, family, and a social lifestyle, because there's so much anxiety to succeed, and that's why people fall into depression. Because when things are not running the way they're supposed to, it's tough. And for example, as a director, I would have to market work, I would have to bring work here and I have to do the work, and I have to sometimes travel to meetings. So there are days where you never rest.
That's true.
So like I'm saying, it's possible to work close to 12 hours a day.
No, those are the kind of sacrifices that if you're watching this and you say, I want to venture into businesses, you need to consider this. And I heard you mention about Jim. When we were working in, he was actually leaping. He killed himself in terms of squats. Tell me about what happened in the gym, man. You were all out. What happened?
No. I think for me, gym, it's more not only about losing weight, as you can see. I'm not saying that you can try, but it's a stress reliever.
Wow.
I think without gym, I wouldn't be able to carry this shit because there's a lot of things that happens in your mind.
That's true.
Like I'm saying, there's a lot of commitments which are on top of you, especially when you're running your business is at a certain point. Like now, we're sitting in this office, there's rental. As we speak now, it's month end, tomorrow it's Friday, it's month end weekend, people are looking at you, such things. So you always have to keep your mind clear. So such things, having a social life, for me, I try and keep a balanced lifestyle as much as I work, but there are times where I say, no, you know what, I'm dropping everything, I'm going to chill with the guys, I'm dropping everything, I'm going to chill with family, such things, because I believe, and as friends, sometimes I have a lot of friends who are also into the business, who are entrepreneurs. When you guys are chilling, you're sharing your problems and you're sharing ideas and sharing visions and you help each other. So yeah, for me, gym, it happened.
Yeah, which is a great thing, because I remember with me, every time that I would wake up, though, and not gym, there would be a time where I'm dizzy, but every time I would just start doing push-ups every morning, and then I'm better off, you know, it happens. So you mentioned a lot about most of your friends are entrepreneurs, right? Why the importance of having a lot of people that share the same mindset with you as friends?
Look, like the saying goes, if you have people, if you have like now, if you're a tomato and you've got one good tomato chilling with 5 rotten tomatoes, you are bound to get rotten.
That's true.
So as you learn, as you grow into this venture of, into this journey of entrepreneurship, you tend to see, and sometimes it happens naturally that the circle that you keep is people who are positive always. Because now, if you're chilling with negative-minded people, you always hear people, hey, what's our life, Joe? Life, you end up falling into the same trap where, you know what, this is life. Let's keep, like, what's happening to me, it's normal. We all have challenges, but, you know, when you're chilling with, and you're surrounding yourself with positive-minded people, you always get motivated.
Yes.
For me, I don't know, now it happens naturally, even when I travel.
You just attract each other.
Yeah.
You know, a person that moves, they don't have to, if you move them from here to a new township, they don't have to automatically just find them together smoking together.
Yeah, true.
Actually, in track 12, be mindful of your environment. I said nutritional vegetables cannot grow in poor soil and healthy fish cannot thrive in polluted water.
True.
And that's just the way it is. You need to place yourself with like-minded people, because the people that you are with, they either motivate you or demotivate you. I don't remember who this was, but we were having a conversation and he said to me, you know, sometimes you think that people that have money, you know, and it's not the case. Because their dialogue automatically will push you out. Because and you'd say to me, Ish, you know what, right now my Range Rover is messed up and the light needs 40,000 for repair. And I mean, I'm thinking, I've got a test mentality. I'm like, hey, most my car 40,000. This guy's dissing me. And when you just saying it genuinely so, just because you're thinking, Ish, where can I get the light to my car? But maybe because automatically I'm insecure, inferiority complex, I cancel myself and I'm like, no man, Gabi these days has pride, and I push myself away. So I'm sure with the friends, you don't go around and say, look, if you're a businessman, come be my friend.
No, yeah, and one of the mistakes people make is that as an entrepreneur, you've got money.
Yes.
Believe me, if you're going to come into this journey and you think you're going to get rich tomorrow, don't even join this journey, because believe me, there are times where it's tough. But people don't see that because we have to remember. I have to keep my head above the water because if I drown, it means everyone is drowning. Everyone who believes in me, who believes in this vision, because I'm carrying the vision. Me and my partner, we're carrying the vision. So it's like being a head of the house. So if you are now saying, you know what, now and you clearly show that you are that's when now even the people who are looking up to you, they're going to also go back in your fish. Or what. So that's why I'm saying people get it wrong to say when, and you know sometimes you got maybe raha because when we're talking, or maybe I'm chilling with my friends who have the same vision, whatever they're doing, we're talking now. I want to do this and they think, no, hey, no, we don't have one. Believe me, if someone who's earning a salary, for now, you might, if we go to the bank together, you might be surprised that what I've got in my bank and what you got in your personal account, you will say, Maratiman was support. It's because we know what we're building and we know where we're going.
Like that. Because that's what this show is all about. I'm actually more focused on the story than the glory. Because I'm trying to get a paradigm shift of this youth of thinking entrepreneurship is all about the bugs. Actually, the truth of the matter is, Robert Kiyosaki says, I don't want a salary. Most of the established entrepreneurs earn the least because they're building every chunk they're investing back into this.
True, my guy.
So look, I love entrepreneurs like yourself. Because
like I was telling you when we were walking in to say, it's very fortunate for me and Lucky when we met as partners, we had the same vision. And also in terms of financial commitments, we had the same vision. Because I can tell you a story, when we started the company, our first 60,000 that we made, and we didn't make it from one transaction, we made from a mere 5,000, we went and bought equipment. The same day that money, we knew what we wanted. The same day that money was like 60,000, we drove to Pretoria, we didn't even buy. We're still starting this. We went to Apple Store, we bought 2 computers for 60,000 and we're back to zero. And that's the same mentality that we've been keeping. Everything that you see in this office, all the computers, all the furniture and everything, it's not that we had R1 million, but it's a matter of that 5,000, we know we need a chair. I buy a chair. We need a computer, you buy a computer. So we always investing back into this company because remember, 10 years from now, this is what's going to keep us. Because a lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake to now they feed their pockets, and when their pockets run out, there's nothing to look at. You find a lot of people who are saying they're in business, but if you say, okay, I want to come to your office, he will tell you, let's meet at Mark and Bean, for example. Or he'll tell you, no, I work from home. He doesn't even have employees, such things. But we have different ways of doing things. But I believe that if you are building, this is the only way. You need to reinvest in the business until it's at a point where now it can pay you.
I love the habit that yourself and Lucky built over the years. There's a famous quote by Jim Rohn which says success is not something that you do overnight, one giant leap. Success is actually a repetition of good behaviors.
True.
And then failure is a repetition of bad habits that you do every day.
True.
Right? And what you do for 90 days becomes a part of you. So most people think you waited, most people wait and say, when I have $1 million, then I'll buy office equipment, then I'll... No, and chances are when you have $1 million, you're only going to do what you've always been doing with the thousands.
Yeah, true.
So you've built a habit already.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's saying it's been a habit to say now, I would, for myself, like, maybe there's things which you aspire to have personally, but rather when you have money in the business, because now we are in this, solely in this. This is what pays us, this is where we get our income. So we need to take care of this, because if this falls, then we're gone. So that's why we end up building that habit to say every little cent, it's either we invested into the branding or we reinvested into the office space, but also that's why now even the brand, like you were saying, we at a point where people believe, maybe this company is owned by white people because there's a notion to say, black people don't believe in branding, and even the way they do business, it's not this how white people run business. But we need to move away from that.
Yeah, because the sad thing is black people have been associated with mediocre. If someone would go to your, especially Instagram, Facebook, they'll think, as you said, because the sad thing is that black people have been known for delivering such mediocre. So I appreciate such entrepreneurs like you that say, you know what, stop saying supporting black business. You're not supporting me. You're coming to me because you see my work. You know, this notion, support black. I dislike it. I have a lot of people that would come to me and say they buy this because they're supporting me. That's not, we don't, like, you need to come and get the services because of the quality work.
Yeah, true.
And I've seen in terms of your marketing, your brand is well proper, you've branded your cars, everything is proper. However, I've seen you dominating the social media space. Most when I go on Facebook, you always pop up Acute. Why the importance of the digital marketing?
Look, you need to take advantage of what's happening now.
Wow.
Social media has made it so easy for us as entrepreneurs to access the market. So as we are moving into the fourth industrial revolution, everything is moving digital, and now the same audience that you can get on social media. Let's talk 10 years ago. Probably someone would have to pay over $1 million to get the same audience that you can get now on social media. But now with just feeding an ad for close to 200 in Polokwane, you can attract close to an audience of, you can get an audience of around 20,000 people.
Yes.
So we saw that platform and we're using that, and it's working for us. And believe me, we are planning to move into other marketing strategies, like your magazines and so forth. But yeah, social media, believe me, as entrepreneurs, we need to take, and everyone who's in business, I would advise you, believe me, social media, it's the easiest marketing and it's cheap. Yeah.
It's very much reasonable. Yeah. Everyone is. Now you mentioned about studying town planning, right? I remember you started at UJ, if I'm not mistaken, right? See, I've been doing good eyeing. So there's this phenomenon that a lot of our entrepreneurs say, look, Bill Gates have dropped out of college, but he's a billionaire, Mark Zuckerberg, Richard Branson, and they make formal education seem as if like it's useless, right? We understand that obviously formal education doesn't guarantee success, but we can't all be uneducated because then there wouldn't be streets, there wouldn't be innovation, there wouldn't be IT space. So what would you say in regard to education and entrepreneurship?
Like I was saying, education just propels you, and when you get into the entrepreneurial world, you are geared up because knowledge is power.
Yes.
Education doesn't only educate you in your field of study. For example, if you were to give the example of Bill Gates and so forth, they were in varsity. So you can't say now this guy drops out from grade 9 and now the same person you're expected to run a company as big as Microsoft, for example. So you need that level of education, or you need to read more, and for you to read more or to understand certain types of readings, you have to have a certain level of education. So I know it's a trend now when people are saying formal education is not necessary.
Yes.
But look, we live in a world where it's not easy to tap into the entrepreneurial world when we don't have formal qualifications. For example, if you're running a specialized company like what we are doing here, you need professional registration. Everything that you do, if you are to submit anything, if you are to submit, or you have to be accountable. So that's why there are councils which you have to register with, and you can only register with them when you have formal education in university, for example. So I can understand maybe in some fields people would say, no, if I'm doing this, I don't need education. But it depends what field you're in, and believe me, even if you are to run a shop, someone who's educated and understands accounting just a little bit, not that you're an accountant, but understand accounting, like bookkeeping, such things, you will run it better than someone who's just saying, no, I know how to have money and take it out, or for example, but the main thing is to keep yourself educated, read, yeah.
That's true. I love personal development so much, even outside formal education. I heard you mention something about licenses. One of my questions that I have is what are the challenges in terms of obtaining licenses? Because I know there's always red tapes. I've heard one of the business mogul that Tim from around the corner was Kukul. He was being interviewed by Digisbu, and then he was just mentioning the challenges that he faced when he was obtaining a mining license. But in terms of your profession, what were the challenges in terms of getting legalized and all that?
Look, in our profession, obviously, in terms of getting registered, I would say because remember, certain fields were not populated by mostly black people. So now, as a black young man, to get registration, it's kind of a mission. But yeah, we're moving. We're living in a democratic country now. So yeah.
So watching you grow Acute Innovation all the way from scratch up to here, there's a lot of youth that look up to you, but they don't have the privilege of being close to you, because sometimes you might have a busy schedule that maybe you don't even have time, or some they don't even have the courage to come and approach you and say, you know what, I would get advice in terms of I want to follow this path. So hence the show, we make it easier for such people that don't have the direct access to you or that are shy to come to you to access knowledge from you.
That you need to manage your growth, because if you grow too quickly, you're gonna have a problem. Because now, imagine if you've got half a 200,000 and you're supposed to run a 5 million project. Even though you're looking at the end goal to say you're going to get 5 million, but you've got 200,000 now. So before you can even get to that 5 million, your company can fall, like you can close shop, because a good 6 months without money, it means you are owing rent, it means you are owing salaries, it means you are owing cars, you are owing insurance, whatever that you have to pay. So it's one of the biggest challenges. It's cash flow, and like I said.
So if I'm not changing your point, the point that I get that you're making is that if right now you're getting deals of 200,000 and there's a deal of 5 million, but you realize that your capacity is 200,000, don't try to stretch yourself too much. So grow eventually until you reach 5 million. Don't try to.
Wow. Yeah, know your capability.
Know your capability. Yes, that's actually the way I wanted to summarize it.
Yeah, and then another problem is also systems. You remember, like we didn't do your MBAs and stuff. So as you grow, as you read, and as you ask people, you tend to learn a lot of things to say now there must be systems in place. Also management systems, because also the people who are working for you need to be accountable for what they're doing. Because you find that you think people are working, but they're just not doing anything. And these people they on your payroll. So you need to have a system in place, a tracking system also for your finances to know what comes in or how money goes out. Also that will avoid, like that's the first problem when I told you, the cash flow problem. So building those systems and maintaining them. If you can get that right, and I would say even myself now, we're still struggling to get proper systems, because it's supposed to be a holistic approach to say what's happening in the finance, what's happening HR, whatever, what time people come to work. You need to manage that. And if you look, your big firms, they've got such systems in place, and it doesn't come cheap to have such systems and also to have them running properly. So, but now, like I'm saying, you need to have a kind of a system to know what's happening, and regularly revisiting it and seeing if it's still working. And also, you need to involve people who are working for you, so that, because the system it's supposed to work for all of you guys. So you can't impose a system on people. You need to also understand they can tell you how and contribute on how the system can work better, because they use it also, and if they need to give you feedback and they see that this takes long, some of them says, well, maybe why can't you have a WhatsApp group where I can report to you immediately, such things. Yeah. But
now, in closing, what would you want Acute Innovation to be known for? What kind of a legacy would you want to leave as Acute Innovation?
Look, as Acute Innovation, we want to be known for being different. As you've said, like we always try to move away from the what's common. So we want to be known for those beautiful houses.
Wow.
To say, even when, not only in Polokwane, we want you, when you are driving in Joburg and you say, you can notice that that's Acute Innovation. That's where we want the brand to be. Even in our town planning space, we want what we contribute into, we want people to say, this is Acute Innovation. So we want to grow this brand to a point where, that's why we even call ourselves, if you've seen, it's Acute Innovation SA. Because our dream is not only to be
limited to
Limpopo, yeah. And also we're saying now we also want to break the boundaries in South Africa, to say one day we can have someone, a board running Acute Innovation Australia, things like that.
I like that.
But slowly but surely, we want this brand to be as big as your brands like Beatfest.
And that's where you're headed, because this brand, I trust you, believe me, they build the most beautiful houses for the elites. So if you're an elite and you need your new home, Acute Innovation is your place to be. So where can people, right now there's someone sitting at home and say, look, I need a house, I just started working and I need Acute Innovation to come in, but how can they get hold of you? Where can they find you and see some of your work?
Yeah, no, if we are here as on number 89 Hans van Rensburg in Polokwane, you can also find us on our Instagram page, Acute Innovation SA, same as Facebook. You can also, our email is info@Acute Innovation SA. You can get in touch with myself or Lucky Masavela, who's our architect.
Thank you so much for the great interview. The homes that you build, I will not stop raving about them. You build so much. Every time I go to your wall, I get inspiration, motivation, because sometimes I listen to a lot of motivation and spiritual growth every day, but there sometimes they don't get in. Some days nothing goes in and you need something that's tangible and physical.
Yeah.
So just go to your walls and look at cars, and your wall is where you get a lot of inspiration because of the homes that you build there. So thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure interviewing you. I'm sure a whole lot of our brothers will learn a lot from you. Do surely follow Acute Innovation. Where can people get you on your personal accounts, social media, Facebook?
Yeah, myself on social media it's Kabelo Mandli. Instagram it's Mr. Mandli, Mr_Mandli. And Lucky, you can find him on Leo Blackman on Instagram. And I think on Facebook also the same Leo Blackman. Yeah, that's why we are on social media. So
I hope you got inspired by this as much as I was inspired sitting here. I learned a lot. Trust and believe. Polokwane, within the next short space of time, 90% of the mansions will be built by Acute Innovation. Trust me and believe. Follow their work, look at what they do, and let them build you your dream home. Thank you so much. Do subscribe to our channel. Until see you again. Cheers.